X-Files. All right, hold on. I'm gonna just edit this part out. Welcome to X-Files, where we discuss social issues, recent events, and everything in between. I'm Shakira, and today we have our guest.
Jizzo, how y'all doing to the people?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. It
All
sounds
right.
like we got a lot to discuss in this episode.
Yes, we do. So today we are talking about Drake.
The Iceman?
The Iceman.
The Iceman.
The Iceman.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to know, how did you like the songs you heard? Like, I heard he had like 43 songs on the album. I'm not a Drake girly, so I can't tell you like if it's classic Drake, whatever. But tell me what you thought about it.
Okay, so if I listened more to those specific three tracks, one was Whisper My Name.
Okay.
And hold on one second, I'm gonna get the other two.
Okay.
But my initial impressions, it was a Plot Twist and National Treasures.
National Treasure. Okay.
So those songs specifically, and I kind of heard those more. It was typical Drake, and I'm not a big Drake fan either, but I do like music, and it's the biggest thing to happen in music right now. He's what everybody's talking about.
Okay.
And so I listened to those, and like I said, I thought it was typical Drake. The way the songs come in, the way that he puts a lot of emotion into his music. In that sense, and it's not that it was bad. It's actually better than a lot of projects that's out, which isn't saying a lot.
Okay.
But I thought it was. I think he's a very sensitive man.
Okay. Well, like I said before, I'm not a Drake girly, but I wanted to hear what he had to say because I'm more of a Kendrick kind of girl. So my visceral reaction to the first songs I heard, like you said, were National Treasure, Plot Twist, and what was the other one? Whisper My Name. And I was like, oh my God, like, what stuck out for me was he has the same monotone. You know what I mean? The same flow. He hasn't evolved as a rapper. His lyrics haven't evolved at all. And I'm big into lyrics. I'm a poet. All the people want to, check out my poetry, my website, shakirazg.com. But I'm also a poet. So lyrics are very important to me. His lyrics were awful. They were very elementary. Very elementary, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would apply elementary to subject matter.
Okay.
The subject matter was elementary.
Uh-huh.
I thought how you connected rhymes was okay. It was just typical, but I agree wholeheartedly when you say that there was no evolution at all. It was exactly, you got what you were getting. It sound like any other project.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah.
So I think it was strategic the way he released this album before the summer, because he wants to have a summer banger or whatever, but I just don't see it. I don't see anybody listening to the Drake album in our car, nice summer day, sunroof back. I just can't see it. What do you think? Any bangers like?
I do have to explore the other two albums. Apparently, one of the other albums is supposed to be something of a party album with a bunch of party songs or something.
Oh, okay.
So it was like Habibi, I believe, if I'm pronouncing it right, was one of the albums, and then I forget the name of it. It was 3 albums released. So I haven't gotten to the other album. I'm more familiar with Iceman. I thought it was okay.
Okay.
I'm used to the kind of like the jury, like real deep hip hop beats, something like the grimy sound of like Lloyd Banks, and that was what like the production reminded me of a little bit.
Okay.
Um, but other than that, there was no creative diversity
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think about some lyrics that stood out to me. Can you think of any lyrics that stood out to you that shows his skills as a lyricist?
okay, so let's first let's say National Treasure. Let me look up the
Okay,
National
National Treasures.
Treasure
Okay, I got it. I got it pulled up right here.
Treasure's lyrics. Okay. Oh my goodness, I can't. You have the lyrics pulled up? Do you?
Yes, listen. I have the lyrics pulled up. Okay.
Let me
Um.
let me let me let me let me hear what you got highlighted because yeah,
Okay.
I can't pull them up on the phone.
Okay. What stood out to me was a National Treasure song where he said, check signing in my kink, pushing out ink. I feel like a squid. I was like, Drake, you feel like a squid. How old is Drake? 39, 40?
Yeah. He's at an age where he should have more depth to his
Uh-huh.
lyrics. I know what he was trying to say. I thought he could have taken the more creative turn to that,
Oh my
but
God. You
wow,
you
wow.
feel like a squid. And listen. Then he goes on later in the my cat is just a ham. Look at him. Move out the way, boy. You just want all the attention, don't you? So he goes, ironic cause the Iceman was a nice man. Now I'm hot and cold. The Iceman was a nice man? Come on, move the way.
This man was a nice man. Now he's hot and cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Iceman
contradictory a
was a
little bit.
nice man.
Right, right. I heard this guy was trying to actually reignite his beef with Joe Budden. For any of your listeners who remember, or old enough to remember,
Uh-huh.
Joe Budden had to give him the old 1-2 back in the day.
Uh-huh.
A long time before me, a long time before Meat Mill. And he decided to try and reignite that out, and this is really, I believe, because Joe Budden don't rap anymore.
Okay. Okay. This is my question. Okay, we know that he's not supposed to write his own lyrics, right? We know he gets ghostwriters. My thing is, if you're getting ghostwriters, they can't write better than that. Like, you're paying money for people to write for you, right? And this
Yes.
is what they give you. You feel like a squid? You know? Like, anybody who has any, to me, it's like Drake is so out of touch with reality. He's out of touch with the real world and you know what I'm saying, like the hood. Like, I get it. He's suburban, Jewish kid. I get it. But maybe you should do something else. Don't try to rap. Because if that's what you think is cool, I just don't. You need to leave it alone.
So let me ask you, do you think is that, he, really got out of touch with the streets? Or do you think he's really completely out of tune with Black American culture?
That's a good
question. The only reason I propose it because it seems like, let's face it, he's not from here. And we know what Not Like Us is really about. It's about someone trying to imitate what they think we are, or how they think we act, or what they think our culture depicts.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That is a very good question.
At the end of the day, when you get past the music and you trace Drake back to the origin, he is an actor.
But
At the end, foundationally, he's an actor.
he's an actor. He was horrible on Degrassi. Don't get me started on Degrassi. The scene where he got shot on Degrassi was freaking. It's like a comedy. I was like, oh my god, it's hilarious. Like, he got shot. I was like, okay, you know, serious subject, but it was horrible and funny the way he acted that role. And yeah, he's an odd looking guy, so maybe that's why I my cat just knocked over my chair. Sorry, I'm going to keep it rolling. But but yeah, so I'm just like, okay, he's odd looking, so mm, he's actually part Black American, so that he's part FBA. You know what I'm saying? You know, his dad is like, what is it? What was that guy? Grand Central Station. What is his name? I forgot his name. Larry Graham. Larry Graham. It's
right, right, okay.
And Larry Graham is like a big part of our culture. You know, he's a legend. You know what I mean? Very talented musician. I know him through Prince because he's a little bit before my time. But I remember Prince was like, big upping Larry Graham often, and that's how I knew about him. But yeah, his dad, is tapped into the culture. His dad is a pivotal part of our culture, a major part of our culture. So I don't understand how Drake is so out of touch. I don't know. I don't know. Like you said, it's a good question. Is it because of his upbringing and essentially he being, a Jew? He's a Jewish guy and he's Canadian. Or, like you said, is it because he grew up suburban? You know what I mean? So I really can't answer that question. What do you think?
What I think is, honestly, when it comes to celebrities and their children, celebrities, the bigger ones from, back in our generation, when we was coming up, they had it rough. It wasn't as easy as it is, or at least for a period of time. And so it seems like those parents trying to shield their children from a lot of the struggles that they tend to have went through. And while it may have solved one issue or one problem, it created another.
Yeah.
With them struggling, in other areas, basically. So, it was seeing. I think that acts more to the point of like, yeah, he is imitating what he thinks our culture is, what our culture is about, what he thinks it is to be Black American. More so than anything, like I said, even when you look at like an example like of T.I., he came up, he was rough, he made it through the music business, but he made it through the music business with a lot of hard work. Whereas his kids, they're going to be, ushered in. They're going to be, kind of, hey, these are the connections that you need to go through. You just need to stay dedicated. These are the people, and here are the keys.
I get it. I understand what you're saying. So I guess his environment and upbringing has a lot to do with him being out of touch. Understandable. Right. Understandable, because even, I can completely understand that. But my thing is, why are you trying to be street? Why are you trying to act gangster? You know what I mean? If that isn't a part of who you are at all. You know what I mean? Just talk about party all the time and I don't know, traveling and girls or whatever he like that. Because even like Will Smith, I remember growing up, Will Smith, and
that was the example I was about to bring up too.
Yeah, I never really jived with Will Smith because, as we grew up in the hood, you know what I mean? So
right.
I couldn't relate to Will Smith. You know what I mean? And I was more of I listened to political rap growing up, Poor Righteous Teachers, Public Enemy, Ice Cube, Lynch Mob, Queen Latifah, these were people I was inspired by growing up and listening to as I grew up. To me, Will Smith was whack. But I will say that I've grown older and wiser, we needed Will Smith. You know what I mean? We needed um to show multi dimensions to our culture and to our demographic. You know, we don't need everybody to be a gangster, everybody to be a playboy, everybody to be, whatever. So it was diversity within rap during that time. And I appreciate Will Smith and I honor Will Smith. I'm happy, that we had Will Smith now, looking back. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
But look at an example of how shielding his children from reality as well, and the example that his children. It seems like it kind of goes their way. They come up, they struggle, they had it hard, they had to go through this or go through that.
mhm,
From anywhere from gatekeepers, and people that like you basically got to pass this test in order to progress. That type of situation. Now,
yeah,
due to talent,
mhm,
they try to shield their children from the
yeah,
exact same experience that
yeah,
they had.
yeah. I understand that.
But you know what I mean? It seems like it creates character defense as
Yeah.
a side effect. Look at Magic Johnson and his son,
Oh God, don't get me
DJ
started
Johnson.
on his daughter. His daughter.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Depending on the day, yeah. Son, daughter. You know. But I mean, it's not even like about the sexuality as much as it is about like some of the decisions and things.
Yeah.
He's effective. He's
Yeah.
been shielded from reality.
Yeah.
Came up with the finest this, the best that. Didn't have to experience certain things that we had to experience and struggle.
Yeah. That is very,
You
very
know?
true. So I think, like I said, with Drake, I think he should stop. I feel like Drake is a wannabe. He wants to be a hip hop artist. He wants to be a gangster. He needs to stop trying to be a wannabe. Stop trying to talk about, being a squid and how he's a nice man. Ice man turned to a nice man. I was a nice man. Whatever he said. Stop that. You know what I'm saying? Just be real. I think that he needs to be real. Um, he needs the real people in his corner. Because I cannot imagine if I was friends with someone like Drake, and I'm like, oh, he's like, oh, I got the new song. These are the lyrics, and I'm like, sure, get in the studio and record that. That sounds good. I, I could not. I would never. I'd be like, no, honey, you got to go back to the drawing board. You gotta, because that's not. No, I think he has a lot of
Yeah,
yes men around him.
that's what you read my mind. I think a more appropriate name for that should be Yes Man.
Yes.
It seems like he got a lot of those. I think that probably would have been more appropriate to what's going on. Also, and I want to say it was like for one of the videos, but I think it was National Treasure. He turned into pistol packing Drake, where he's in the camera with the tool on.
Oh
You know?
God.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I said, really? Like this is it's an act. What do you need that for?
I don't.
I don't know how much time he actually even spends in the States, to be honest.
It's just really sad if you. I'm saying it's sad because Drake is like he's not sad because he's rich and he's famous or whatever. But it's sad that he really can't see, that it doesn't. He sounds so out of touch. He really can't see that.
Yeah, and it's also sad to me that he's so influential.
Really,
It is
he's
because I mean,
influential.
like, it seems like he has a following of people that are dedicated to his music.
Mhm.
They're dedicated Drake fans. They're not necessarily hip hop fans. So you got a lot of people that they listen to a bunch of things, and Drake also fits in that area of pop. He's a pop artist,
Oh, okay.
so he appeals to that fan base as well.
Hmm.
And so he doesn't. He rarely, from my experience at least, appeals to a real hardcore hip hop fan, like a real hardcore person.
I got it. I got it. So I mean, I guess you can say, like we mentioned with Will Smith earlier, I guess Drake is needed for all the
Yes.
suburban kids. You know what I'm saying? Because like my children, they love Drake. And I'm like,
Right. Right.
did I get personal? Like, I don't like Drake. You know? But again, it goes back to what you mentioned about how when you grew up in a certain environment, you try to change that environment for your children. You know what I mean? You want them to
Right.
have a peaceful, you know, comfortable, safe environment. You know, and you want them to not just have the negative experiences that you may have had growing up. And that means you're not living in a you know, urban community or impoverished community, I'll say. And that
Right.
changes their perspective on everything in life and even their music taste. You know what I mean? So I think
Right.
that's a good point. The next song, what song do you want to go over? What was it? It was the other one that you listened to.
Okay. That one was Whisper My Name, I believe.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so Whisper My Name. Whisper My Name. Oh God. Yeah, we don't want to. We don't want to
So,
get started on
you
that
know,
one. Let's see. Whisper My Name. All right, tell me what you thought about that one.
I thought it had a nice little melody, a nice little groove to it. It had a little vibe to it.
Okay.
You know, and it was nothing. I don't expect to hear. I think to be honest, we've heard the best of Drake.
Okay.
That's something that you can't say about like somebody like Lamar. But I think artists that are kind of in the lane or does what Drake does, they hit a plateau.
Yeah.
They hit a peak, as you say. They hit a peak, and then it's you know, they might ride that for a little while, but then you know, history's gonna forget about it. The question is, I have a question for you. Do you think that Drake will be relevant in 5 years?
No, not at all.
I do think he's made his mark in hip hop, but I mean, for that matter, so have Milli Vanilli. So I sit over. I mean, not hip hop.
Valid
you know,
point. A
but
very
music.
valid point. Very valid point. Very.
You understand what
I
I'm
get
saying?
what you're
Like, not Milli Vanilli in hip hop, but just in music, they made that mark in music as well. So I mean, like, okay, you know, Vanilla Ice did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I understand.
He is the king of suburban rappers. And while, like, you know, we as real hardcore hip hop fans may not tend to gravitate toward his story, it's the same way I don't gravitate towards Eminem.
Okay.
I can't relate to Eminem in that
I
way.
can't either.
I didn't.
Not at all.
You know. But when it comes to music, and there's fans that also accompany the music, there's dances, dress, there's fashion, there's a lot of other aspects of it. He's the king of suburban rappers, and he's what every kid that, you know, came up in the suburbs, they listened to rap, and now they have an icon that they can look. It's like, oh, okay, well, you don't have to be a super gangster. Because how many times have we heard the say, oh, I came up, no milk.
No jelly.
Waffle, no jelly.
No jelly.
Waffles, no jelly. Nothing. You know, we heard that a lot of times, and so now he has another story. It's like, you know, I came up like this, I came up like that. And, you know, he does have some hit songs. You know, he has some hit songs. So it's a popularity thing. I think Drake is like, you know, they rode it, they just made him a popular artist. He's popular because the suburb kids, like, rally for him, you know? In between the gaps, there has to be somebody who can, like, you know, because Eminem is like white kids Tupac. You know, oh man, he came up poor and grew up
White
like
kids,
this.
Tupac. I never thought about it that way. He's the
That's fine.
Tupac for the white kids. Okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
I guess
Yeah.
for me, Whisper My Name. I didn't like the Whisper My Name. That sounds like to me sounds dumb. Um, it when you say whisper, it sounds like kind of a romantic thing, and you're like dissing men, and you're like whisper my name. It's like that don't to me that doesn't coincide. So to me, I thought that was kind of whack. Just going to whisper my name, like you might tell your woman to whisper your name or something. You know what I mean? But you don't tell other men your op. You don't tell the op to whisper your name. It's like what?
Is that what this is that what that was supposed to be about? I didn't think that. Yeah, I thought it was a lesson.
Yeah, and oh god, yeah, and it's like these guys and whisper his name. What kind of man are you? A middle one? Yeah, my brother said he wanted blue bim, and I'm gonna get him one. My new team don't know how I live. She's shopping at Yuriwan, whatever that is.
You be wild.
Yuriwan. I don't know what that is. What is that?
Some first.
I'm out of touch. I'm out of fashion girl.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Yeah. I only rock Felicia Chi. You know what I'm saying? Fashion. That's it. I ain't into all the other stuff.
Right.
I'm trying to think. He says my YGs are fasting and praying you lucky it's Ramadan. Otherwise, they be posted outside like the Pentagon. Okay. And Ramadan, been passed. So what are you talking about? Then he goes, me and the white bees are kissing a lot. That sounds like something a 12-year-old boy would say. Oh my God, me and these girls are kissing a lot. I just don't.
Yes. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know this was a song that he chose to take shots in. I didn't know that was what it was about.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm reading this right, I mean, he said something to the effect of beating softly against the waves, fell a sound of an early morning rain, and through the lightning and thunder came, I still heard you whisper my name. Now, I to my casually listening to it, I'm thinking he's talking about a woman. I just didn't know. That was a very poetic way to talk about his enemies, thinking about him, I guess. But it's over. I mean, I haven't heard Kendrick address this since, I guess, I think the Super Bowl, I think he stamped it. Okay? I think Kendrick stamped it with the Super Bowl performance that he did and he put on. I think after that, it was, I mean, what else was there to say? It's like, he hasn't addressed it to my knowledge again. But it's just, it sounds like, and listening to like, some of the comments from like Breakfast Club and other outlets and things like that, they feel like, he just had this pent up, but had it tied behind the fact that he chose to address this with a lawsuit. And then after that, he just had to just be quiet about everything that he felt until after the lawsuit was over and handled. And now he has the legal freedom to. And I think it's late. I think the world of music is moved on. They don't care.
He goes, yeah. And when you run into the Iceman, what you gonna do except freeze? You not about to squeeze. You not in these streets.
I'm sure he is.
Are you serious? Are you serious? This is a grown man. This is a 40-year-old man saying this stuff?
Is it I don't know enough about him. Like I said, I'm not like really into him. It's just, for me, this is just what's going on in music right now.
Uh-huh.
But isn't he a father? Isn't he somebody's father?
Yes, he's somebody's father. Yes.
Somebody's father.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I got kids, and that's not